Hi everyone, and welcome to Wednesday's reading lesson. We're going to start today's lesson with a little celebration of all the hard work you've been completing at home. It's been brilliant to see, so keep it up. Remember, you can email us on the Year 1 email address and send in your work. Up first, we've got Erin with some beautiful fluent reading. Take it away, Erin.
Lily was in love with a prince, but was too poor to be his wife. So the miller went to the king and boasted about his daughter. She can spin straw into pure gold. He said, bye!
Matilda in 1D has made these brilliant Rumpelstiltskin puppets. Well done, Matilda. I love how you've included all of the characters so far. Well done, Kaysen. I like how you've drawn a picture of your favourite character and written a sentence using the conjunction because to explain why he's your favourite character. Well done, Kaysen. Well done, Buddy. These are brilliant pictures of the characters from Rumpelstiltskin. I love how you've used lots of bright colours. Wow, Pippa, I love how you were able to retell the story verbally using your stick puppets. I can also see Thomas working hard there in the background too. Francesca, I love how you've stuck your stick puppets onto colouring crayons. What a great idea. Well done. It's also been lovely to see all of the books you've been reading at home. It's great that you're still reading every day because that's so important. So it's lovely to have been able to see what you've been reading and your reading records too. Keep it up, guys. Well done. And finally, a big congratulations to Liam in 1D on becoming a big brother. Mummy says you read lots of books to her. I'm sure she absolutely loves it. Well done, Liam. So for our starter today, we're going to recap on what's happened in the story so far. So pause the video now. You can either write down the answer to this question or you can just verbally tell somebody what has happened in the story so far. Pause the video now and have a little go. Well done. I hope you were able to sequence one of our Viper skills to sequence some of the story there. Now, let's continue. I'm going to start reading first and then you can join in too. On the third day, Lily had run out of ideas, so she went for a long walk into town. She walked around the market, listening out for anyone with a different name. The only names she found in the market were ones she had already tried, like James, Jack, and Jonas. Lily had almost given up hope when she saw a market stall selling reels of thread. A little man was singing to himself as he stacked them into neat piles. He sang, "My name's not John, my name's not Jim, my name is Rumpelstiltskin." Lily smiled, because she could see that the little man was the very same goblin who wanted to take Tom away. Now let's read some together. I've highlighted all the tricky words in red. Remember, you can mute me if I'm reading too slow for you and read at your own pace. Get your fingers ready. Lily had almost given up hope when she saw a market stall selling reels of thread. A little man was singing to himself as he stacked them in neat piles. Based on what we've just read, Here are some questions relating to our vocabulary Viper skill. So it's all about the different words within the text. Pause the video now and see if you can answer these questions. Now it's time for your independent work. We're going to be looking at predict and explain, 2 Viper skills for this. So we've got 2 questions here. What will happen next? And how do you think the story will end? So your task is to answer these. For Chili 1, it can just be verbally. Chili 2, you can go on I think. And for Chili 3, extend your writing by adding the conjunction because. I think this will happen because. I think the story will end like this because. Have fun. Remember, come back for a story at the end. Today's story is Prince Cinders by Babette Cole. See if you can figure out what traditional tale it's a twist on today. Prince Cinders was not much of a prince. He was small, spotty, scruffy and skinny. He had 3 big hairy brothers who were always teasing him about his looks. They spent their time going to the palace disco with princess girlfriends. They made poor Cinders stay behind and clean up after them. When his work was done, he would sit by the fire and wish he was big and hairy like his brothers. One Saturday night, when he was washing the socks, a dirty fairy fell down the chimney. "All your wishes shall be granted," cried the fairy. "Ziz, ziz, boom, tick, tick, ta. This empty can shall be a car. Bo, bo, bang, bong, bo, bo, bo. To the disco you shall go." "That can't be right," said the fairy. "Toe of rat and eye of newt. All these rags will turn into a suit." "Crumbs," thought the fairy. "I didn't mean swimsuit. Your greatest wish I'll grant to you. You shall be big and hairy too." Prince Cinders got big and hairy all right. "Rats," said the fairy. "Wrong again, but I'm sure it all wears off at midnight." Prince Cinders didn't know he was a big hairy monkey, because that's the kind of spell it was. He thought he looked pretty good. So off he went to the disco. The car was too small to drive, but he made the best of it. But when he arrived at the Royal Rave-Up, he was too big to fit through the door. He decided to take the bus home. A pretty princess was waiting at the stop. "When's the next bus?" he grunted. Luckily, midnight struck and Prince Cinders changed back into himself. The princess thought he had saved her by frightening away the big hairy monkey. "Wait, wait," she shouted, but Prince Cinders was too shy. He even lost his trousers in the rush. The princess was none other than the rich and beautiful Princess Lovelypenny. She put out a proclamation to find the owner of the trousers. "The Princess Lovelypenny declares that she will marry whoever fits the trousers lost by the prince who saved her from being eaten by the big hairy monkey. Fitting sessions begin today." Every prince for miles around tried to force the trousers on, but they wriggled and refused to fit any of them. Of course, Prince Cinder's brothers all fought to get in the trousers at once. "Let him try," commanded the princess, pointing at Cinders. They won't fit that little squirt, sneered his brothers. But they did. Princess Lovelypenny proposed immediately. So, Prince Cinders married Princess Lovelypenny and lived in luxury, happily ever after. And Princess Lovelypenny had a word with the fairy about his big, hairy brothers, whom she turned into house fairies, and they flitted around the palace doing the housework for ever and ever.